A man once cried outside a closed door. He kept saying, "Allah, open it for me." But behind that door was not his future. Behind that door was the test that would have destroyed his peace. So Allah kept it closed. The man thought he was being delayed, but in reality, he was being saved. Sometimes Allah does not block the road because He is angry with you. Sometimes He blocks it because the road is leading you somewhere your soul cannot survive. The delay you hate today may be the mercy you thank Allah for tomorrow. So before you complain about the closed door, ask yourself, what if Allah saw the danger before I reached it? Lesson 1. The door you keep begging for may be the door Allah is saving you from. Sometimes the door you keep asking Allah to open is the same door Allah is keeping closed out of mercy. You stand in front of it again and again. You make plans around it. You imagine your future behind it. You tell yourself, if only this door opens, my life will finally become easy. You pray for it. You wait for it. You cry for it. But still, it does not open. And because it does not open, your heart begins to feel hurt. You start thinking Allah is not answering you. You start thinking maybe you are being ignored. You start thinking maybe other people are luckier than you. But my brother, my sister, never judge Allah's love by the door that remains closed. Sometimes a closed door is not rejection. Sometimes a closed door is rescue. You only see the outside of the door. Allah sees what is behind it. You only see the beginning. Allah sees the ending. You only see what you want. Allah sees what it will do to your heart, your faith, your peace, your family, and your future. There are doors that look beautiful from far away, but behind them is pain. There are people who look perfect in the beginning, but later they become a test for your soul. There are opportunities that look like success, but slowly they pull you away from prayer, humility, and peace. There are paths that promise comfort, but in the end they take your heart far from Allah. This is why delay can be protection. Allah may be saying, "Not this door, my servant," not because He wants to hurt you, not because He wants to make you wait for no reason, not because He has forgotten your tears, but because He knows that if this door opens right now, you may walk into something that will break you in a way you cannot see yet. Think about how many times you wanted something badly in the past. At that time, you thought you could not live without it. You cried when it did not happen. You felt embarrassed. You felt left behind. You felt like your life was stuck. But later, when Allah showed you the truth, you became grateful. You said, "If Allah had given me that, I would have suffered. If Allah had allowed me to stay with that person, I would have been destroyed. If Allah had opened that path, I would have lost myself." This is how Allah protects His servants. He does not always protect you by giving you what you want. Sometimes He protects you by stopping what you want. Sometimes He protects you by delaying the answer. Sometimes He protects you by making the door difficult. Sometimes He protects you by placing heaviness in your heart. Sometimes He protects you by letting everything fall apart before you become trapped inside it. So do not keep banging on every closed door as if your whole life is behind it. Your life is not behind one door. Your future is not controlled by one person. Your happiness is not locked inside one opportunity. Allah has more doors than the one you are crying over. Allah has more ways than the one you can see. Allah can replace what you lost with something cleaner, safer, and better for your soul. But first, you must trust Him when He says no. You must trust Him when He says wait. You must trust Him when He closes what your heart wanted badly. Because the door you are begging for today may be the door you thank Allah for closing tomorrow. One day, you may look back and understand. You may realize the delay was not against you. It was for you. You may realize Allah was not keeping you away from happiness. He was keeping you away from harm. And when that day comes, your heart will finally whisper, "Allah, you saved me from what I could not see." Lesson 2. Allah may be delaying it because your heart feels danger before your eyes see proof. Sometimes your heart becomes heavy before your mind understands why. You cannot explain it clearly. You cannot show people proof. You cannot point to one big reason and say, This is why I feel uneasy. But deep inside, something does not feel right. The door looks good. The person speaks well. The opportunity seems perfect. The plan appears to be exactly what you wanted. But every time you move closer, your chest feels tight. Your peace becomes weak. Your sleep becomes disturbed. Your thoughts become restless. And you keep asking yourself, why am I not happy when this is what I wanted? My brother, my sister, sometimes the heart feels danger before the eyes see evidence. Allah can warn His servant in ways people do not understand. Sometimes He does not show you the full danger immediately. Sometimes He simply removes peace from the path. Because if your heart felt too comfortable, you would run into it without thinking. If everything felt easy, you would ignore the small signs. If your emotions were too excited, you would not stop and ask Allah for guidance. So Allah places a weight inside you, not to punish you, not to confuse you, not to make your life hard, but to slow you down before you enter something harmful. This is why you must be careful when your heart keeps feeling uneasy around a certain door. Not every fear is a sign. Not every nervous feeling means something is wrong. But when the feeling keeps returning, again and again, especially after prayer, especially when you are alone, especially when the noise of people becomes quiet, then do not ignore it. Ask yourself, is this path bringing me closer to Allah? Is this person making me more peaceful or more anxious? Is this opportunity asking me to compromise my values? Is this plan making my faith stronger or weaker? Is this desire making me humble or making me desperate? Sometimes the delay is Allah giving your heart time to understand what your eyes are not ready to see. You may be looking at the smile, but Allah sees the intention. You may be looking at the promise, but Allah sees the future. You may be looking at the success, but Allah sees the price. You may be looking at the beginning, but Allah sees the ending. And because Allah loves His servant, He may delay the path until the hidden truth becomes clear. Many people only realize after they enter. They say, I should have listened to that feeling. I should have slowed down. I should have asked Allah for guidance. I should not have ignored the heaviness in my heart. But when Allah protects you, He may stop you before regret begins. He may not give you proof today, but He gives you discomfort. He may not show you the full danger today, but He removes your peace from that direction. He may not expose everything today, but He makes the path feel heavy enough for you to pause. So do not hate the delay too quickly. That delay may be a mercy speaking quietly. It may be Allah saying, my servant, you do not see what I see. It may be Allah saying, slow down. This road is not as safe as it looks. It may be Allah saying, I am protecting you from a wound your heart cannot carry. And one day, when the truth appears, you will understand why your heart never felt peace there. You will say, Allah warned me before I knew. Allah disturbed my comfort before that path destroyed my peace. Allah made me wait because He was saving me from what I could not prove. So when your heart feels danger before your eyes see proof, do not rush. Return to Allah. Ask Him for guidance. Ask Him to open what is good and close what is harmful. Because sometimes the delay is not blocking your future. It is protecting your soul from a future that only looked beautiful from far away. Lesson 3. Every time you force it, Allah lets it fall apart to protect your future. There are some things in life that only move when you force them. You push, you chase, you explain, you beg, you try again, you lower your standards, you ignore red flags, you silence your own heart. You tell yourself, maybe if I try one more time, it will finally work. And for a short moment, it seems like it is working. The door opens a little. The person comes back, the plan starts moving, the opportunity returns, your heart becomes hopeful again. But then, suddenly, it falls apart. Again, the message stops, the promise breaks, the meeting gets cancelled, the money does not come, the person changes again, the same problem returns, the same wall appears, the same pain repeats, and you become tired. Because you are not just waiting anymore. You are fighting against a door Allah may be keeping closed. My brother, my sister, Understand this with a calm heart. Not every difficult path is wrong. Some blessings require patience. Some halal goals need effort. Some good dreams take time. But there is a difference between working with patience and forcing with desperation. Patience keeps your dignity alive. Forcing makes you lose yourself. Patience brings you closer to Allah. Forcing makes you forget Allah and chase the creation. Patience gives your heart strength. Forcing fills your heart with fear, panic, and humiliation. When something is truly good for you, Allah may test you through it, but He will not make you destroy your soul to keep it. He will not ask you to lose your faith for it. He will not ask you to beg people for basic respect. He will not ask you to become someone you are ashamed of. He will not ask you to break your connection with Him just to make that door stay open. So when something keeps falling apart every time you force it, pause. Maybe Allah is protecting your future. Maybe He is allowing the plan to collapse again and again, so you do not build your life on weak ground. Maybe He is letting the person leave again and again, so you stop trusting someone who was never stable. Maybe He is delaying the opportunity again and again, so you do not enter a place that would slowly damage your heart. Maybe He is making the road heavy because the road was never meant to carry you. Sometimes Allah protects you by making forced things fail, because if forced things succeeded, you might call them blessings. You might enter them with joy. You might build around them. You might invest your heart, your time, your trust, and your future, and by the time the truth appeared, the pain would be much deeper. So Allah lets it fall apart early. It hurts, yes, but early pain is sometimes better than late destruction. A small heartbreak now can save you from years of regret. A closed door today can save you from a broken life tomorrow. A failed plan now can save you from a future full of stress, sin, and sadness. Think about the past. How many times did something collapse and you cried, but later you understood? How many times did someone leave and you felt abandoned, but later you saw Allah's mercy? How many times did a plan fail and you felt embarrassed, but later another road opened? At the time, you thought Allah was taking something away, but later you realized Allah was removing harm before it became permanent. So stop measuring Allah's care by whether your plan works. Sometimes your plan fails because Allah is writing a better one. Sometimes the thing falls apart because Allah knows it would have taken you apart. Sometimes what you call failure is actually protection wearing a painful face. Do not keep forcing what keeps breaking your peace. Do not keep chasing what keeps pulling you away from Allah. Do not keep holding what keeps making you smaller, weaker, and more afraid. Make effort, yes. Pray, yes. Try with dignity, yes. But when Allah keeps closing the same door, do not fight Him like He does not know what is behind it. Trust the one who sees the unseen. Trust the one who knows the ending. Trust the one who can protect your future through a delay you do not understand today. Because one day you may look back at the thing that kept falling apart and say, Allah, thank you for not letting my hands fix what you were saving me from. Lesson 4. The weight is exposing the people who were never meant to walk with you. One of the greatest reasons Allah delays certain things is because there are people around you whose true nature has not yet been revealed. You may think the delay is about money. You may think it is about marriage. You may think it is about a job, a business, or a dream. But Allah knows the real test is not the opportunity. The real test is the people connected to it. You only see their smile. Allah sees their intentions. You only hear their promises. Allah knows what they will become after you trust them. This is why Allah sometimes makes you wait, because time exposes what words can hide. In the beginning, many people seem sincere. They encourage you. They praise you. They promise to stand beside you. They tell you they will never leave. But when the waiting becomes long, something begins to change. The patient remain patient. The sincere remain sincere. But those with weak hearts slowly reveal themselves. Some become jealous. Some become impatient. Some begin to speak behind your back. Some disappear when you need them most. Some only wanted to stay as long as they could benefit from you. Without realizing it, the delay becomes a light. It shines on every hidden intention. It removes every beautiful mask. It reveals every heart. My brother, my sister, imagine if Allah had given you everything immediately. Imagine if that business had started before you knew who you could trust. Imagine if that marriage had happened before someone's true character appeared. Imagine if that opportunity had arrived before fake friends revealed their jealousy. You would have carried those people into your future. You would have trusted them with your heart. You would have built your life around people who were never meant to stay. But Allah is too merciful to let that happen. Sometimes He slows your journey, so the wrong people become tired of pretending. The delay itself becomes the test, not only for you, for everyone around you, who still supports you when nothing exciting is happening, who still believes in you when success has not arrived, who still treats you with kindness when there is nothing to gain. These are the people worth keeping close. The others are showing you who they really are. Do not become angry when people leave during your waiting season. Do not think every goodbye is a loss. Some people leave because Allah is clearing the road ahead. Some relationships end because they were only meant for one chapter of your life. Some friendships fade because they would have become a burden in the future Allah is preparing for you. Remember this carefully. Not everyone who walks with you today is meant to walk with you tomorrow. Allah knows who will strengthen your faith. Allah knows who will weaken your faith. Allah knows who will remind you of Him. Allah knows who will slowly pull your heart toward the world. That is why He sometimes delays your destination. Not because He wants to punish you, but because He wants you to arrive with the right people beside you. One day you will look back and realize that the people who left were not your greatest loss. Keeping them would have been. You will thank Allah that He removed them before they had a permanent place in your life. You will thank Allah that He exposed their hearts before you trusted them completely. And you will understand that your waiting season was never empty. It was Allah protecting your future from people who only looked good for a short time. The delay was not just preparing your blessing, it was preparing the people who would be worthy of sharing that blessing with you. Lesson 5. Allah is blocking the path because it would have taken you away from Him. There is a truth many people only understand after many years. Not every path that leads to success leads to Allah. Some roads bring wealth but steal your peace. Some roads bring attention but take away your humility. Some roads bring comfort but slowly weaken your faith. That is why Allah sometimes closes a door that looked perfect, because He is not only thinking about your life in this world, He is thinking about your soul. He is thinking about your hereafter. He is thinking about where that road will finally lead you. You may be asking Allah for something every single day. You may truly believe it is the answer to all your problems. But Allah knows something you do not know. He knows that if He gives it to you now, your prayers may become fewer, your heart may become harder, your dependence on Him may slowly disappear, your love for this world may become greater than your love for meeting Him. So He delays it, not because He wants to make your life difficult, but because He refuses to let you walk into something that will quietly pull you away from Him. My brother, my sister, think about your own life. Have there been moments when hardship made you pray more sincerely? Have there been nights when pain brought you closer to Allah than comfort ever did? Have there been times when you remembered Allah with tears because nothing else could help you? Those moments were not wasted. They changed your heart. They softened your soul. They reminded you where true strength comes from. Now imagine if everything had gone exactly as you planned. Would you still have called upon Allah with the same sincerity? Would you still have depended on Him the same way? Would your heart have remained humble? Only Allah knows the answer. That is why His wisdom is greater than our desires. Sometimes Allah protects your faith before He protects your comfort, because comfort without faith is not a real blessing. Success without closeness to Allah is not true success. A life that looks beautiful but ends far from Allah is not a life any believer should desire. This is why a delayed blessing can be greater than an immediate one. The delay keeps bringing you back to prayer. The delay reminds you that you are not in control. The delay teaches you patience. The delay teaches you trust. The delay teaches you that your future is in the hands of Allah, not in the hands of people. Every time the door remains closed, ask yourself a different question. Instead of asking, "Why is Allah keeping this from me?" ask, what is Allah protecting me from? Instead of saying, my plan is failing, say, Allah's plan is still unfolding. Instead of believing that your waiting has no purpose, believe that your Lord is guiding every step, even the ones you cannot understand. One day Allah will show you why this road was blocked. One day you will see the danger you never noticed. One day you will understand why your prayer was answered with a delay instead of immediate success. And on that day, you will not complain about the closed door. You will thank Allah for loving you enough to close it. Because the greatest mercy is not always getting what you ask for. Sometimes the greatest mercy is Allah refusing to let His servant walk toward a path that would have slowly taken them away from Him. When you understand this, your waiting changes. Your heart becomes calmer. Your trust becomes stronger. Your faith becomes deeper. You stop seeing every delay as a loss. You begin to see it as the careful protection of a Lord who loves you more than you can ever imagine. And that is why the path Allah blocks today may become the greatest mercy you will ever recognize tomorrow. Lesson 6. The delay is breaking your attachment before the attachment breaks your soul. One of the hardest truths to accept is that sometimes Allah is not delaying the blessing. He is healing the heart that will receive the blessing. There is a big difference. Many of us think the problem is outside of us. We believe, if only I had that job, if only that person stayed, if only this opportunity came, if only this door opened, then everything would finally be okay. But Allah, in His perfect wisdom, sees something much deeper. He sees that your heart has become too attached to one outcome. Without realizing it, you have begun to believe that your happiness depends on one person, one opportunity, one answer. Your thoughts revolve around it from morning until night. Your emotions rise and fall because of it. When it moves forward, you feel alive. When it stops, you feel empty. When people encourage you, you feel hopeful. When they disappoint you, your world begins to collapse. Slowly, your peace is no longer connected to Allah. It becomes connected to something Allah created. And because Allah loves you too much to let your heart become a prisoner of this world, He delays the thing you desire, not to hurt you, but to free you, because Allah wants your heart to belong to Him before it belongs to any blessing. He wants you to find peace in Him before you find peace in success. He wants you to rely upon Him before you rely upon people. Think about a child holding something sharp. The child cries when the parent takes it away. The child believes the parent is being unfair, but the parent sees the danger the child cannot see. Likewise, your Lord knows what your attachment is doing to your soul. Sometimes the blessing itself is not dangerous. Your attachment to it is. That attachment can slowly make you impatient. It can make you forget gratitude. It can make you compare your life with everyone else. It can make your prayers become desperate demands instead of humble conversations with your Lord. That is why Allah delays. During the waiting, He teaches your heart to breathe without that thing. He teaches you that your worth is not determined by people's approval. He teaches you that your future is not controlled by one opportunity. He teaches you that your joy is not locked behind one closed door. Little by little, something beautiful begins to happen. You stop obsessing. You stop chasing. You stop checking every sign. You stop measuring your life against everyone else's timeline. Instead, your trust grows. Your dependence on Allah becomes stronger. Your heart becomes calmer. Then one day, whether Allah gives you that blessing or replaces it with something even better, you receive it with a different heart. A heart that is grateful. A heart that is humble. A heart that knows the blessing is temporary, but Allah is eternal. This is why your delay is not empty. It is quietly removing every chain that was tying your heart to this world. Because Allah does not want your soul to become enslaved by something that was never meant to own you. One day you will realize that the greatest gift was not simply receiving the blessing. The greatest gift was becoming the kind of servant who could receive it without losing his connection with Allah. And that transformation could only happen through the delay you once complained about. Lesson 7. Allah is making you miss one road, so you do not miss your real destiny. There are moments in life When one closed door feels like the end of everything, you think your future has disappeared. You think your dream has been taken away. You think you have missed the opportunity that would have changed your life forever. Your heart whispers, "What if this was my only chance?" That question has filled countless hearts with fear. But the believer remembers something different. Allah is never limited to one opportunity. The one who created every road is never dependent on one road. The one who opened a sea for Musa can open a path for you where no path exists. The one who provided for Maryam in ways beyond imagination can provide for you from places you never expected. So why do we become convinced that one closed door means our story is over? Because we see with limited eyes. Allah sees with perfect knowledge. You see one possibility. Allah sees every possibility. You see one future. Allah sees every future. You see today's disappointment. Allah sees tomorrow's protection. Sometimes the road you desperately wanted would have led you into years of regret. You cannot see it because you only know the beginning. Allah knows the entire journey. He knows every conversation you would have had, every decision you would have made, every temptation you would have faced, every heartbreak waiting around the corner, every tear you would have cried. So He gently redirects you, not because He enjoys seeing you wait, but because He knows where your real destination is. My brother, my sister, many people spend years chasing a road Allah never wrote for them. They become exhausted. They become bitter. They begin to question Allah's wisdom, all because they refuse to let go of one path. Meanwhile, another door, one filled with peace, goodness, and blessing, is quietly waiting. But they never notice it because they refuse to stop staring at the door Allah has already closed. Do not make that mistake. When Allah closes one road, do not spend your life standing outside it. Walk with Him. Trust Him. Keep praying. Keep improving yourself. Keep obeying Him. Keep your heart alive with hope. Because your destiny is not trapped behind one closed opportunity. Your destiny is written by the Lord of the heavens and the earth. No person can steal it. No delay can destroy it. No rejection can erase it. No closed door can cancel what Allah has written for you. If something truly belongs to you, it will arrive at the exact moment Allah knows is best. And if something never reaches you, then Allah knew that keeping it away was part of His mercy. One day you will look back at the road you cried over. You will wonder why you fought so hard to enter it. You will see the danger that was hidden. You will see the pain Allah quietly removed from your future. You will see the blessings that only became possible because that first door remained closed. Then your tears will change. They will no longer be tears of disappointment. They will become tears of gratitude. You will finally understand that Allah was never taking your destiny away. He was leading you toward the destiny He had chosen for you from the very beginning. And that destiny was always greater than the one you had imagined for yourself. So never fear the road you missed. Fear only a heart that loses trust in Allah, because every road Allah closes with His wisdom is making space for another road filled with His mercy. The delay is not pushing you away from your future. It is guiding you toward the future that was truly meant for you. Lesson 8. One day you will thank Allah for the door that never opened. Right now, you may only see the delay. You may only feel the disappointment. You may only remember the prayers that seem unanswered. You may only think about the door that stayed closed no matter how many times you knocked. It hurts. It is difficult to watch other people move forward while you remain in the same place. It is difficult to smile when your heart is asking questions that no one else can answer. It is difficult to believe that something good is happening when everything around you feels silent. But my brother, my sister, never forget this. Allah's silence is not His absence. Just because you cannot see His wisdom today does not mean His wisdom is not working. A seed buried beneath the earth looks forgotten. No one sees it. No one praises it. No one believes anything is happening. But beneath the soil, Allah is preparing life. Roots are growing before branches appear. Strength is being built before beauty is revealed. The same is true for your life. Just because you cannot see movement does not mean Allah is not preparing something greater. Many years from now, you may look back at this season with completely different eyes. You may remember the person you desperately wanted to marry. Then you may discover the truth about who they really became. You may remember the job you begged Allah to give you. Then you may hear about the corruption, stress, or hardship that followed those who entered it. You may remember the business opportunity you cried over. Then you may learn it eventually collapsed and brought financial ruin to many people. You may remember the friendship you fought so hard to keep. Then you may realize that keeping those people close would have slowly damaged your faith and your peace. On that day, something beautiful will happen inside your heart. The questions that once filled your mind will disappear. The complaints will become gratitude. The confusion will become certainty. The tears of disappointment will become tears of thankfulness. You will quietly whisper, Allah, you knew, you saw what I could never see. You protected me while I was asking you to remove your protection. How amazing is the mercy of Allah. Sometimes we ask Him to open the very door He knows will hurt us. Sometimes we become upset because Allah refuses to answer our prayer in the exact way we imagined. Yet His refusal is often a greater gift than immediate acceptance, because Allah is not only thinking about your happiness today, He is thinking about your faith tomorrow. He is thinking about your peace 10 years from now. He is thinking about the day you will stand before Him. His wisdom reaches beyond this world. His mercy reaches beyond this lifetime. That is why every believer must learn one beautiful habit. When something leaves your life, say, perhaps Allah is protecting me. When a door closes, say, perhaps Allah sees what I cannot. When a plan falls apart, say, perhaps Allah is writing something better. This does not mean you stop making effort. It does not mean you stop working. It does not mean you stop making dua. A believer continues to strive with hope, but while striving, the believer also trusts. He does not become bitter. He does not lose hope. He does not accuse Allah of being unfair. He remembers that the Lord who created his heart also knows exactly what that heart needs. Never believe that your life is late. Allah has never been late. Every sunrise arrives exactly when Allah commands it. Every raindrop falls exactly when Allah commands it. Every season changes exactly when Allah commands it. Likewise, every blessing reaches you at the moment Allah knows is best. Not a second too early. Not a second too late. If Allah delays something, there is wisdom. If Allah gives something, there is wisdom. If Allah removes something, there is wisdom. If Allah replaces something, there is wisdom. The believer may not understand every chapter, but he trusts the author of the entire story. My brother, my sister, perhaps years from now, you will tell your children or your loved ones about this very season. You will smile while remembering the nights you cried. You will remember the prayers you thought were unanswered. Then you will say, if Allah had given me what I wanted back then, I would have missed the life He had written for me. That sentence will carry more peace than all the answers you are searching for today. So stop measuring Allah's love by the doors that remain closed. Measure His love by how many dangers He has quietly removed from your path. Measure His love by how many mistakes He prevented before you ever made them. Measure His love by how many tears He saved you from, even though you never knew they were waiting ahead. One day, without any doubt, you will understand. One day, every delay will make sense. One day, every closed door will tell its story. One day, every unanswered prayer will reveal the hidden mercy inside it. And on that day, you will not ask Allah why He delayed you. You will fall into gratitude. You will praise Him for every door He refused to open, because you will finally realize that the greatest blessings in your life were not only the things Allah gave you. Some of the greatest blessings were the things Allah lovingly kept away from you. That is the beauty of trusting Allah. He protects you from dangers you cannot see. He redirects you toward paths you never imagined. He carries you through delays that feel painful today but become priceless tomorrow. So if you are waiting today, wait with hope. If you are hurting today, hurt with patience. If a door has remained closed for a long time, do not lose your trust in the one who holds every key, because the door that never opened may become the greatest proof that Allah was protecting you all along.